So the owner came to us and wanted to build an Overlander because he already has a multiple rig setup and he wants this to be their primary rig for overlanding. So I know it's quite unusual because this is probably the first LC300 ZX in the Philippines to have a fully decked out system for overlanding. So let's go check out what we have on this car, starting with the exterior. All right. So out here, right now we're still not complete with the suspension. So we've just put in a set of method race wheel paired up with the Nandito Ridge grapplers. It is a size 285/70 R17. It is the method wheels with the bead grip, so that means it should not be bead even if you air down. Up front, we're running the ARB bull bars. That's, for me, looks quite specific for the LC300. And what I like about it is it has the provision for the two air, I think it's the intercoolers that the LC300 has. And of course, in true Overland Kings fashion, all of the sensors are stock Toyota working. Even the wiper, even the washer system for your LC300 lights are still functioning. Up top, we put a GME antenna with a radio inside to complete out the comms on this bull bar. Up front, we put in a pair of steady LED driving lights. Also up top are all steady spot beams, and around the pod lights are all steady. Just looks good. All right, let's move on to the side of the car. What we have on the side is the ARB side rail together with the side step board. Now, this is a custom Overland Kings install because there are still no available stock installs for the Land Cruiser ZX on the rails. But yes, you can see this. We managed to install it with the stock garnish on the ZX, but still being able to put the, the side step of ARB. And that includes the lights. So the lights on the bottom still work. For the air duct, we have put a TJM AirTech snorkel because, again guys, if you're thinking, why did you put all of this gear? Everything has a purpose. When we're building Overland Kings, it's all about what you want to do with the rig. And according to our friend, he wants to take this to General Nakar, so we will be able to live off-grid on General Nakar. So that's part of the brief. That's why we put some snorkels on it to give it the capability to do some off-road trails. Up top, we're running the front runner specific LC300 roof rack slimline. You're already seeing the steady pod lights. We're also running the steady LED 40-inch front light bar. And up top, of course, nothing but the best iCamper ExoShell 270-degree awning paired up with the iCamper Mini 3.0. So that's the one with the gray color. And I think, if you ask me, it's the perfect match for all of those high-end rigs, including the LC300 or other brands that you have with this combination for overlanding. Let's move on to the other side. Up in the top, we are just having to finishing the look. We have a Waterport Weekender tank in the top. So that gives you the water supply for this car. And it has a shovel and MaxTrax Extreme in the back. So that just in case there are some situations where it's stuck or needs to level the car, you'll be able to access that from the rear. But what's special about this car, aside from the outside, is what's inside the car. So I want to show you the interior right now of how this LC300 looks like. Let's start with the rear. So this is our newest layout from Overland Kings. And we have managed to put a custom touch on how everything looks like. So just a quick rundown. Let's turn it on. That's the lights. So custom LED lighting, just sleek looking. So what we have done here is put two Titan drawers up and down. And then we're running a Dometic, I think this is a 35-liter fridge freezer. And we're running a fridge cage. Now, guys, this is probably one of the first rigs that has a fridge cage. It's not yet too popular in the Philippines, so we'd like to introduce this product to you. So what a fridge cage does is it secludes the freezer for airflow. That's one. And it also allows you to put stuff on top of the fridge, which makes your fridge accessible even if all of the gears are, decked out to the top. So let's start with the freezer. So now we have here a Titan Kings fridge slide with a Kings fridge cage. So that pulls out like that. And then the Dometic opens like that. Of course, we measured that out. So all of the gear is accessible even with the cage there. It's running right now, it's at 6 degrees, and I think it's a perfect setup. But what we've added here is, if you have your drinks and stuff, we've added a table pull out. So simple stuff. This is not for chopping heavy duty heavy duty cooking like what you see in our other vlogs. But this is just a good table space to put your drinks. If you get your water or your soft drinks or whatever, your canned drinks, you can just put it out here, and there's a good table space for you to do that. Of course, you know, we like to maximize our space. So on the right side of the vehicle, of the rig, we have custom built these the platform and the drawer system on the top. So at the bottom, first drawer is just for gear, and then on the top, our drawer slide is still applicable, so we can still use that. And yes, this used to be a fridge slide, now it's just an extra table space. And last but not the least, we have a second drawer up top. So what this does, we've also added a King's table drawer extension. So you just pull that out, slot that on, and now you have this full layout in the back that you can use for overlanding. Check that out. Because you know, one of the things that the LC300 does not have anymore, that the 200 has, that I wish they put in, is the drop-down tailgate that we could just sit on, right, Jake? So we used to have that space to be able to sit on, but now the 300 doesn't have that. So adding extra workspace is key to making this rig efficient. All right, this is the best part, the power system. Okay, so we are running both portable power and onboard power together with this LC300. The design for this is to last, I don't know, 4 to 5 days off-grid. And with the new power from the EcoFlow Max, we have managed to run the 220 together with the onboard power. So let me show you how that looks like. So here on the side, this is the finished product of what you just see. So you have solar input here on the bottom. You have a converted fridge plug to Anderson so that it doesn't detach when you're running or trailing. That's a good conversion. And then we've already put an Adventure Kings 12-volt panel. And this whole system is run by CTEC. So if you can see here, it has 15 hours left on 90% charge, running the battery, running the freezer right now on this current state. So no charging and all that. Well, let's see what else. It's drawing 5.8 amps. So if you turn off the lights, the ampage should decrease. So that means this thing is working. It's 12.7 volts right now. And what else can we see here? So 90%. So that's a good system from CTEC that you can see from there. Up top on this console that we've built, we have our almost patented way of executing 220 volts. So it's just an extension from the inverter. So you can plug here for all your 220 appliances, including the EcoFlow. Now, at this point, we're still testing all the systems because this is the first time we're doing this. But the idea here is you're able to run your onboard power and charge your portable power. That's right there. So with all of that put together, we have roughly 4,000 watt-hours of power put together. Now let me show you the execution details in the back. By the way, with all this, the stock seats are still running, are still there. So in short, you can still seat 5 even with the full Overland setup. Let me drop down the rear seat and show you what's here. So back here is where all the systems of the dual batteries are located, right behind the seat. So this is the best space to put it. So we are running the CTEC D250 SE that could charge the 200 AH LiPo 4. That's correct, we're running a lithium. And then we're running a 1500 Kings pure sine wave inverter. Of course, all the wiring is exposed just to show you how clean it is. All breakered out to make sure that there's no, no trippings that might happen. If something trips, then the breaker and the fuse is the one you have to replace. This is all wired into the front. Wired into the front of the car where it runs through the alternator. And again, it's solar ready. You know, that might sound so simple, but honestly, this is a feat of engineering because of space management, because of how small the space of the rear of the 300 is. So being able to fit all of that in and still managing a fully functional car. and being able to, so you can still put your duffel bags in the top. So I believe that this is one of the most efficient ways of running the LC300 with a Overland setup. And this is how it looks like set up. Everything's open. 270-degree exo shell freestanding from iCamper. iCamper Mini on the top, that's open right now, and all the drawers are open in the back. Okay, so let's take a look at how it looks like. So the awning spreads to 270 and 180 to the front. That's what makes an iCamper different. And you can see this little slack here. This is intentional from iCamper, okay? So water will just flow through if it's raining. Okay, that's really the purpose. It has optional poles that are included. So if you need to raise the car a little bit, that is included in the iCamper. If you need to raise the awning a little bit because it's not even, that's what you use this for. But aside from that, of course, iCamper's patented technology on how the materials are completely blacked out, meaning you're really shaded from the sun. And it's just perfect for this setup. As you can see, we have everything opened up. You have your freezer and probably your cook space here. You have your battery charging station back there. I think it's just about perfect for an SUV build of a Land Cruiser. On the other side is where the privacy side is, meaning this is where we sleep. So this is the new iCamper Mini 3.0. So it is the one with the gray colored material. Also comes with an annex, we just didn't install it. So it comes with an annex and an awning included in this build. So this is how I would design my own 300 if I get one. Habutin tayo dyan. If you want an LC300 build or any SUV for that matter, we custom built to your design, to the specifications needed. This one is a more what do you call it? Full expedition build vehicle. But if you just want a weekender build or any type of vehicle that or activity that you like to do, definitely just hit us up at Overland Kings. So at this point, please do like and subscribe if you do like the content that we're doing, and please share it with your friends as we try to build more fun stuff for you. So again, this is Joel Ferrer from Overland King. Again, our new LC300 ZX here for you. And so enjoy the video, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.